Hi, I'm Deniz Oktay, and my project is about bringing down large-scale networks. So in the news, we see a lot of examples of security breaches and network vulnerabilities. As an example, the Stuxnet and the Heartbleed bugs recently came up as very major impact on networks. And very recently, the Chinese breached all the USPS servers, which led to many passwords stolen and many details stolen about the USPS servers. But the problem is many of these attacks are unreported, undiscovered, and a lot of these different types of attacks rely on different scale of attackers. So as an example, the PlayStation Network outage a couple of years ago led to 77 million accounts being stolen, but the attackers needed to take over a third of all of Amazon EC2 in order to carry out this attack. And the problem is, current academic literature characterizes network security's vulnerabilities as, well, vulnerable or not vulnerable. There's this binary characterization that we really need to change because different types of vulnerabilities really require different scales of resources in order for the attack to be carried out. So we need to lay down a common framework, which is this example I'm giving here. If we can generate a graph for different vulnerabilities that measures the fraction of the damage times the CPU seconds, so the number of processors times the number of time, we'll actually be able to get a good idea of what the current frontier of network security looks like. So when designing more new networks, we'll be able to push this frontier. We'll know what types of areas to focus on. So we already know that the internet is vulnerable because there's been a lot of research on the topology of networks, and the internet is roughly known to be a scale-free network model. And the scale-free network model has, the property of the scale-free network is that there are some certain highly connected hubs, such that these hubs, removal of these hubs can lead to a highly partitioned network very quickly. So as an example, we have a toy example of a typical ISP backbone in which all these nodes correspond to different routers in the ISP backbone. And we see that the removal of only 3 routers can lead to a complete partition of the east side and the west side of the United States. So, and to generate a toy example, we created this chart. We assumed that all the routers were encrypted with SHA-1 with passwords around 8 or 9 characters. And we created this chart, and we saw that in order to even destroy 15% of the entire system, we only really need a distributed system, which running for an hour or two, brute forcing passwords. And we already saw that loss of 3 nodes can lead to a complete partition. So the network is vulnerable, and with these characterizations, with this common framework, we'll be better able to understand the impact of network security attacks. Thank you.